Ugh, I am muted. Hello, 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 everyone. Oh man, I unmuted the wrong thing. You love to see it. Love to see it. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing well today. Welcome to stream. Hello, Miss Kitty. Hello, Mr. Limey. Hello, Physic. Thank you so much for the follow. And thank you for letting me know that I, in fact, did not unmute myself. Oh, man. Like, we win some, we lose some. Well, what can I say? Let's just have Minecraft play the music until I get bored of it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm in like weirdly low FPS and I don't know why. Looks like we're better now. I don't know why it was low there for a second. I logged in and it was low. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are all doing well today on this fine Tuesday. I think it is. Sorry for the late stream. I spent 30 minutes trying to make an account for our city utility and it just didn't want to work. So that's why I spent 30 minutes on it. And yeah, so it is what it is. I'm in pain. Oh no, gonna play to do 70 shulkers of gray concrete for a person on the server and you're playing on. Tell me why you accepted it, not like this, Mr. Limey. Ugh. Honestly, it is the one thing that I'm still like mulling over whether or not I want to do duplications through end portals. I've never done it before, and part of me wants to do it, and the other part of me doesn't want to do it. But things like having a project that would take 70 shulker boxes of something would probably be the thing that throws me over the edge. Hello, hello, hello. As you can see, we have some. Oh, you know what? That would probably do it. That would probably do it. I don't know why my render distance was at 21, but that would do it. Hey, Kalino. Yeah, the server doesn't allow duping, so I see. Ooh, then that is extra painful, Mr. Limey. Everyone, keep Mr. Limey in your thoughts on this trying day. I've done a little bit of work here. As you can see, I have now built our chicken over here on the side of our mountain, and just exactly how I wanted it. With this guy floating down as if he just jumped off the mountain. Oh, look at this little guy. Look at his little looking at his spinning image. And so I have, does this still work? This does still work. Good. I have it coming down over here. Where are you falling down? Over here. So it just drops out of this. Oh, there we go. Perfect example. Comes out of the little cloaca down here into these item hoppers. And you guys saw me finish that. You guys saw me finish that. I haven't extrapolated anything here. All I've done is I've taken out the items from the hoppers so I can keep track of. I'm trying to see. I've emptied out. I emptied all of these out at the same time. I am trying to see over about like a 30-minute to an hour period if I get an equal amount of items, and if not, what needs to be boosted. Right now, from what I'm seeing, it feels like I'm gonna have to build for every one module. Technically it's 2 modules, but 1 layer of this sugarcane farm. I'm going to need 2 of these pumpkin farms, but we have to see. And I don't know about the eggs because I have to wait for all the chickens to grow up. I have to wait for them all to grow up. So that's where we're at right now. I am actually truly where we're at right now is me trying to figure out how I'm going to do this autocraft. So what I want to do, so I want to come in here. I want this to be like a little bistro, a little cafe. As you can see, I have a little like outside seating area planned out. I just have everything blocked off because I was AFKing here to try and get all these, trying to get these numbers in over a 5-minute period to see how many eggs I would get. Well, technically 10 minutes because apparently it's a variable how often chickens drop their eggs. It's anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes with an average of 7.5, which I mean, obviously. So it's still inconclusive and I still have a lot of babies up there. So I actually have no idea. However, so while I was waiting for these damn chickens to grow up and lay eggs, because I forgot I could breed chickens. So I was just throwing eggs up there in hopes of getting more chickens. And well, you know, I did, just at a very slow rate. And then I just started, you know, I started getting them to breed. Sorry, I wanted to see if I could sneak under that. So here's my vision in here, right? Like, so I want this to be like a little bistro. Back here we have like our frozen, our walk-in, right? And this is where I want our extra storage to go in, because I do want a surplus storage of everything in case I want pumpkins or sugarcane for a project, or even eggs. So I want a certain amount of chests to be our surplus. And then I would also want a certain amount of surplus from our pumpkin pie, right? I would like a couple of chests of that made up at any given time, maybe a chest of it at any given time. And so I need to figure out, oh, well, before we talk about that, I would also think it would look cool if I can have all the ingredients run through here, like be spit out over here and then thrown into the autocrafter. That's going to be back here. And then have the pumpkin pies come through here, be spit out over here. Now, I also need to have an autocrafter, so any sugarcane that goes out over here that is going to be overflow from our storage system will come out over here as sugar. So I need an autocrafter that'll do that for us before it reaches this conveyor belt. And then, yeah, so mostly my issue is space. Although I can build this out, this is, this part of the mountain can very much be built out, so I'm not too worried about space. I'm worried about space with the idea I have of how I want this to roll, right? My number one issue is I don't know enough about autocrafters, so I'm still learning about autocrafting. So for right now, we're doing this by hand. I'm making my pumpkin pies by hand until I can. I was gonna try and stay stubborn to the end. I was gonna try and stay stubborn and not eat any pumpkin pie until I had the autocrafter set up. But yeah, no, I was super hungry and I was legitimately running out of rotten flesh. Turns out there's only so many zombies in the world at any given time. But yeah, so that's what's up. that's what we're up to on this fine evening. I'm not going to be working on the auto crafter though, because like my bones just aren't feeling it. So we're just going to leave that as is. I have enough overflow to deal with the situation without having to put any chests or things down. Oh, I also found another killer bunny. I'm starting to think that maybe my data packs haven't worked in the past. I found another one. I had to go grab some vines to prevent auto cramming up in the chicken. I also made a ton more glass. I made it just in general, but I made it for to have some white glass in the bistro. And yeah, so that's what we got going on here. I was gonna build the facade today, but wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it, Mr. Krabs. What can I say? You either feel it or you don't. So now I want to take it a little bit chill today. I haven't been feeling great this week. My chronic illness has been chronic illnessing, and so I took yesterday off. So I have to wait for the song to quiet down. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but it's blaring in my ears. I forgot what I was going to say. Yes. So I was going to stream yesterday. I had everything ready, and then I just was hit with a lot of pain. So I was just like, you know what? Instead of just trying to push through it, I'm just going to sleep. And let my body repair itself. And I did. I slept great. And many hours. Let's see. So what we need to do now is I need to figure out a project to... Oh, I also didn't use these chickens as our beginning, by the way. I started corralling all of the chickens that I had just been kind of collecting around the base. And I felt bad. Literally, as they were staring at me, waddling with me, I had like a whole staircase built out of netherrack. Starting from this point, I was walking with them, and I was like halfway up the staircase with them, just eating them, staring at them, and I was just like, I can't do this to you guys. I can't trap you inside a small little hole forever. You're my friends. And so I brought them back down, and I left them over here because I felt bad. And instead I took our eggs and I just made use chickens I hadn't been spending my alone time with over here. I also am running out of wood, believe it or not. Running out of wood. So I planted down a bunch of birch trees to kind of supplement our stuff. I also repaired all our stuff. I don't think I did that on stream. I repaired all our things because I was also about to break all my armor. So we need to come up with a project that I can do underground, because I need to get like stone materials in order to move forward with our projects. And because what I'm severely lacking are building materials and just like raw resources to build out of. That's what I'm missing right now. And I feel like I need more stone and stuff, but I don't want to just go underground and just mine out a large room for no reason in particular. And I would count strip mining the same way, because strip mining isn't fruitful. It's not a fruitful endeavor anymore. You're better off caving, which is what I would attribute my severe lack of stone. So that's what we have to do. Usually, I guess I would get some of my starter materials from like a slime farm. But like those are better. There's much better ways to get slime nowadays than the slime farm that are a little bit more active. So, oh, my mouse wasn't stuck on the screen. Interesting. I just clicked on something on a different screen while I was digging this out. That's concerning, but it is what it is. Speaking of concerning, did you get your stuff figured out, Kalino, or have you not tried it yet? The article I found on how to fix your issue, on how to potentially fix the issue you were having based off of what you said on stream. Yeah, the Corsair thing. Yeah. Let me tell you, I got an email earlier today from Newegg showing, just their weekly ad. And I saw that they had a water cooling system that was like $50 down from 100, and I was like, whoa. And I thought the entire time it was a Corsair. It is I don't even know if Corsair does water cooling, but I thought it was a Corsair system until I looked at it, looked at the actual listing, and I'm like, oh, it's Cooler Master. I don't know why that said Corsair. I tried it, but we'll see when you start your PC tomorrow. I see. What about Corsair? Kalino was having an issue where when he started his PC, Corsair wasn't like respecting the settings he had on previously. And upon further investigation, he noticed that it was his, what is it? The IQ, the ICUE was not initializing correctly. And so I sent him a little article that talks about a similar issue a user was having a couple of months ago. And we'll see if it works. It's gonna place down some more trees, get a little bit more passive wood. And as you can see, I have like a little outline of torches showing what the trees are, or what the tree line is of things I should and can and will break down. When there's small updates, fraud your friend's sound card. Oh no. I'll go get an instant call to customer service from me. Be like, hey yo. What the actual fuck? I thought that was an apple. Not that I need an apple, but I was excited by the prospect of there being an apple, a surprise apple on the ground. It's like a little reward, you know? That's why I like farming oak trees a lot more. They feel more rewarding in their drops. Oh no. What did you have? Corsair paid for a new motherboard and whatever extra pieces I wanted to add. Damn. I mean, awesome. I'm happy to hear that they actually did something about it. Because that shit is wild. And what I can hope only to be anomalous. Hello, little guy. So, yeah. So, while we're thinking about what we want to do as an underground project, what farm or whatever we can possibly think of, because at the moment I'm drawing blanks. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is a slime farm, and that's not really like the old school chunk based ones. That's not really a thing anymore. So good on them. That's crazy though. That's wild. I'm the same boat. Like, that's crazy. I'm glad that they oh, this is a thunderstorm. Oh, there goes the thunder. Let me check that didn't start a fire. Last time there was a thunderstorm a couple of days ago. As I was going, like to sleep, as my camera turned around, I saw it strike a tree, and I was like, oh, uh-oh. And I had to run over and be a little bit of a firefighter. It did end up burning many trees down, but I managed to cut at least half of them off. It looks like we're Gucci. Looks like there is nothing wrong here. At least on fire is what I mean by wrong. I need to put a lightning rod over in this area to try and prevent things from burning down my almost completely made out of wool chicken farm. Dude, yesterday I was watching, so you guys know that Kalino and I are looking for like a nice mod pack to do our 100 days of horror playthrough for October. And if you didn't know, well, now you do. So right now we're like looking at all the mod packs in various mod loaders to see if there's a pack that catches our attention. And as I was looking through it, and as I've been looking through it, I've been also checking out Forge Labs' series on his various like horror packs he's done. Horror, HORROR. And I was watching his call From the Fog series or whatever. Spoopy. 38 chapters down. Oh my god, 3 days of work so far. That's intense, Mr. Limey. What a favor your friend has cashed in on this day. I want this to come out a little bit. Let me see. Let me take a look at the lay of the land real quick. I like that I can go up this, but I can just create a staircase going up here. I don't have to like jump every time. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to outline our house. I want it to be like a little hacienda sort of deal. So I wanted to be long, walkable, and have open like courtyards areas. That tree popped up just as I was turning away, and I was like, hello. But I was watching him. I mean, 70 diamond blocks is worth it. You know what? Yeah. You know what? You're right. I would consider that do payment for what's happening right now. And it was spoopy. The shader pack he was using was like a very anachronistic feeling, old school, like alpha beta looking texture pack with like everything being a little wobbly, so everything just kind of felt a little off, kind of like CRTV-ish. And it was a wild thing to watch, and it also very spoopy. I was very spooked watching it. Even though almost nothing happened for I would argue about an hour and a half. Basically nothing happened, but it really increased your uneasiness. as you watched and as he played, he only made it to like, I don't know what day he actually made it to. It was like very minimal editing he did, especially for his videos. But for the same reasons, he had to like tap out because it was a little too intense for him. Even for him, who is apparently an appreciator of the scary, of the spoopy. Oh my gosh. So I was looking at the subs, like, because I was looking at the sub. No, I did the sub. I subbed to somebody earlier this week, and I was, you know, Twitch has raised their prices about 1 million times. I was looking to see, because it was my first time there, I was looking to see what the price was for September, because it is September, so you get reduced rates at subbing to people. And it was $5. It cost me $5 with taxes to sub. And I was like, oh my god, what year is it? Look at you, Twitch.tv. I haven't had a $5 sub in such a long time. In such a long time. I want to grab something and I can't remember what it is. Oh, dirt. I want dirt so I can build this out. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a like this feels better, but I think this like will this feel better inside? Because I'm leaving a lot of room out here if I don't do that. Wait, I was wild. I was not expecting to see a $5. Like, I saw a 4 at the front of that. I think it's like $4.49 or something like that. I was like, hello? A cheap sub in this economy? Which is like what like things like September are supposed to do. Incentivize people who usually don't sub to people to sub. But it was wild to see it in person. $49K gray concrete powder crafted so far. Thank God another friend is helping. Yeah, Jesus Christ almighty. That is wild. This is much too big of a footprint, I fear. So let's see. Let's go back by one. But yeah, so sorry for not streaming yesterday, but that's why I didn't stream yesterday. I was just in pain. And today is late because I was trying to make a utility payment. So our water bill, our just physical water bill didn't come in. And usually we just go pay that at a store. We pay our bill at a store, right? But this time our physical bill never came in. And it's getting a little too close to comfort for the day we usually pay. Or our due date. Our now running theory is that it just got delivered to somebody else. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is crazy what I'm about to say, but I want to move this in 1. I think I want to move it out 2 on the other side. But yeah, so because I was watching Sean play that yesterday, Forge Labs, um, I'm a little paranoid. Watching or seeing things happen out of the corner of my eye. And I'm very excited to see what Callan and I end up cooking for this 100 Days of Horror playthrough we're gonna do for Hallows Eve. You know, to be fair, I thought I'd make that. I thought I made those, but chat, turns out I do not make those. Yeah, I do just fuck around with a 13 instead of a 15. Does this really feel too narrow? I told you guys, right? Oh my gosh. And then the last time I streamed, I was so tired. I basically sounded drunk while I was streaming. So I'm sure I have to repeat a lot of that information. Also, I have installed, I did find a data pack that supposedly gets rid of the aggro from dogs onto livestock. So hopefully that works. There is, I think, one dog somewhere over there, but I don't have any sheep in the area. They've already killed them all, so I don't know if it works or not. And I've yet to see other dogs, so here's hoping it does work, but I generally have no clue. But I did add that data pack. And then I added a mod to get rid of the fog in the area. And in the area, I mean the Nether. So that is exciting. Sorry, I keep feeling like I'm hearing something, like IRL. It's now going to be forever mad at me because I turned down the audio, I bet. Well, you know what that means. My daily playlists are so fucking unhinged over on Spotify. My day playlist today is IYKYK. If you know, you know, is what that stands for. If you know, you know, Tension Tuesday night. I've listened to Art Deco and Art Pop on Tuesdays at night. Here's some Tension. If you know, you know. Makeout, Fanfic Core, Night Drive, and Freaky. What am I doing on my Tuesday nights that this is what you've decided is my brand? What is if you know you know mean? What is that? What does that mean? A Good Luck Babe by Chapel Brown, Wildflower, Espresso, Reflections, Good Looking by Suki Waterhouse. Like, is this too sweet? These are just popular songs on the radio right now. What do you mean if I know I know? Anyways. That's wild. That's just so like out there, emo. But what are you gonna do? And yeah, so I have a mod that gets rid of the fog in the Nether now. It also gets rid of fog in other places, but I've configured it so it's only in the Nether. What is it called? No fog. It's just literally called no fog by Virtual. I think that's the only thing I've really added since we last spoke. Just those two things. Sorry, I'm just gonna light up some of this area. I've had, not today, but while I was building all of my stuff over there, the chicken, etc., just having to go back and forth to my house, so many creepers. I cannot believe it's like no other mob existed. Like all the zombies like walk over to me, and then all that would be left were creepers and the occasional skeleton. And I was so nervous they were gonna kill my chickens that I fought so hard to keep alive. Hello. Speaking of fucking creepers. No, come on, bro. Oh, I came in the water specifically so you wouldn't blow up. What a bitch. I didn't see him back there. Little camouflage son of a bitch. I didn't see him. I wouldn't have gone for the Enderman had I known he was there. So other things I'm working on, aside from this 100 days playthrough, I am also now see, look at these guys. Look at them. Look at them. Just creeping about. Just make sure that anywhere they can spawn near me, they won't. Oh, where's my... Let me just do this. As you can see, I even went around with jack-o'-lanterns to light the place up because I didn't have torches on me, but I did have plenty of jack-o'-lanterns. I've been looking for a TTRPG to do, a solo TTRPG to do for the spooky season. And I kind of want to do one where the 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to do one where you use tarot cards instead of dice or some other medium for random choice. And Nilly sent me something back in, gosh, maybe like June, July-ish. She sent me, I've had it saved on my phone. It's been like in a tab in my phone browser since then, because that's where I first opened it, and that's where it stayed. It was a it was a a game called Tangled Blessings. And right now I'm just asking around to make sure. Let me tell you, one of the reasons I hate vague tweeting is for this reason in particular. Because right now I'm just looking around to make sure that the person who made the game isn't a piece of shit, right? And I've been doing a little bit of sleuthing here and there to try and just get some info on it. But as I've been looking, the only things I can find, which is probably a good thing, are just her promo for her games on other people's channels and stuff like that. And so I'm just like, I'm hoping I'm thinking that I'm good to go. I've not found anything in particular that is unfortunate. I'm gonna ask a couple of people in person. Well, I mean, in person. I'm gonna approach some people in my DMs, in their DMs, and be like, "Hey, do you know anything about said person?" And once they've replied yes or no, it will kind of like determine what I do, my choices from there on out. But I am very much considering doing a playthrough of that game because it uses tarot cards, and I mostly just want to have an excuse to make a deck of tarot cards. I don't know almost anything about tarot, except the size of the cards, because back in the day, I wanted to make... So, gosh. Back in the day, I made a supplement for 5e that was called Pride Festival for Pride. And it was a quick little thing. It was a quick thing I did a thing for. I typed it out, formatted it in using some online resource that was made specifically for people making 5e content. And then I threw it over on DriveThruRPG. It's still there. It's okay. It's nothing spectacular. It is literally just a list of like cool items you can put in your game. And like vendors, etc. But the next year, because I did that like in a rush. I literally had the idea right before Pride Month started. Like quite literally right before. So I was like, oh shit, I like this idea. I want to do it. Let me do it. If I want to do it, I literally have to do it right now. To capitalize the most off of like visibility right now before Pride starts. And that way people can like have this for their games, which is my main concern. Was that if people were looking for something like it, they will, it would be hard to find otherwise. And so I did it. It's a pay what you want thing, because I put effort into it. I just obviously didn't spend a lot of time doing it. And I didn't feel right being like, hey, spend actual real life dollars on this just to see it. Even if it was like $1, I didn't feel right about it. So I did a pay what you want sort of deal. And I made a little bit of money off of it. I think I made like $30 off of it from some kind individuals dropping $1 here and there. And yeah, and so when I made that, the next year I wanted to do something ahead of time. Spoiler alert, I didn't do anything at all ahead of time or not. And I wanted to do an NPC deck. So a deck of NPCs that you could just pull, but they would all be LGBTQ in some fashion. And as I was looking up how to do it or like how I would want to do it, I was looking at like the size of different cards and stuff, and I eventually decided that the tarot sized card was going to be the best option for such a deck. And I feel like these trees are growing a lot faster than I'm used to them growing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I have to wait for trees to grow most of the time, and I'm not really waiting here. But I became familiar that way with the size of tarot cards and stuff like that, and the amount of information you can put on them. Because it was pertinent information for myself back then when I had these aspirations. But these aspirations were halted by lack of talent on my side. Hey, Crit Witch! How you doing? How are you doing today? I'm okay with this. This is a good size. This size, I can live with. These, all of this is not going to be, like, building, by the way. Some of this is going to be open, like, courtyard, essentially. Or like an hacienda. You guys have seen haciendas, right? Like it's like a building, a very large building, but in the middle it's all open courtyard. Oh, like in oh god, well, Encanto, the Disney movie. How Casita has like a little on the inside, it's all like open. And then you have all the rooms like along the walls and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You'll see what I'm trying to say. Hi, sorry, I was trying to sign in to work. You were trying to sign into work at this hour? Well, what do you stop working so hard? No, don't worry about it, Crit Witch. I'm happy to just see you. I think I want to do like this. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. That sort of line. So along this. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Eh. Let me put that down. But yeah, so that's really my only familiarity with tarot. My relationship with tarot is about the same as my relationship to astrology about circa 6 years ago, where I know of it, I've heard of it, but I myself have never gone out of my way to learn more about it. As a medium of information. Yeah, let's come out here. Which is why I would like to make a deck for a game. Because it would force me to have to like look it up and see like what everything means. It is one over. It seems like a huge footprint, but I'm just gonna have to trust the process. It seems like a lot, but certainly doable from what I've seen where people have essentially self-taught. Yeah. I also have plenty of friends who know a lot about tarot and do tarot things. I have never gone out of my way to learn more about it. But let's do this. I'm going to see your engineering blueprint governmental sign off for the suspension structure. Look, you can't catch me. Not here. Is this the... It's up here. You can't stop me. You can't stop me, capper. I am... Oh, look, sometimes your structures just gotta float a little bit. It's their enrichment time. God, I am so paranoid about all these sounds. Every sound I'm hearing, I'm so paranoid about. I'm gonna be an absolute mess after our 100 Days of Horror. Okay. So if I do this, I need to build out this a little bit. I want this to be some sort of like vista, like a little lookout. So I can see, because I made this specifically from this angle. From right here. This is the angle I took every single time I wanted to see. I wanted to position these farms. So I have to be like, this has to be an open balcony or like large windows. So I need to keep that in mind while making this. Might even just be able to do like one of these. Maybe let's go out another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Then we'll go. Oh, no, 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 not you. So when I look out here, I can see that. Although I could still keep that blocky outline and instead just have a balcony up top. But yeah, so although if I do want to do a tarot deck for a game, I'd have to start like now. If I have any hopes of getting it done by October 30th, I think is the day. That falls on the Wednesday before Halloween. Because it is 78 cards, I believe is what it is. Could do this. Well, I don't know how I feel about this angle. Better or worse? We'll find out. It's fine. Your birthday! Hey! I kind of do like the look from down here. I'll think about it. All right, so then we have... So I want this built. So what do I want in here? I want this building to have some... I'm going to have to light this up. I don't think I have a choice here. Also the same man. Of all the skeletons I fought, this guy has the worst aim out of all of them. I want this house to have a lot of mini builds in it, built into it. Oh, apparently these guys are mega rare. I had no idea. I was watching a video, one of those, I catch all the rarest mobs in Minecraft in 24 hours, asterisk mark, videos, and they were showing what the wiki said about how rare each of these mob types were. Apparently, apparently invisible spiders, very rare. But I definitely feel like it depends on your difficulty rating. What do I know? What is this emote? Oh, cupcake. That's cute. Throwing a little cupcake over at Miss Kitty. Her early birthday. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of playing Tangled Blessings. Tangled Blessings is a game about being an adult and studying at a magical school. A magical school academy for magic, from what I understand. And so let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. It is, give me this. Tangled Blessings, a Magic Academy horror RPG for 1 to 2 players. No Game Master required. On the eve of your final exam at Blackroot Academy, what mystery, secrets, dread, and drama will you recall from your last 4 years of schooling? A Magic Academy tarot-driven horror RPG. It is Tangled Blessings is a solo journaling and two-player RPG inspired by dark academia media, ghost stories, and graduate school. Featuring a wizarding college, wandering specters, assigned houses, curses, devil's bargains, and more supernatural flavor. Tangled Blessings spends horror and the fantastical to help players craft a story that spans their time at the academy, culminating in one final showdown against their rival. Hey, Lysander. Oh, solar RPG game. Yeah. I'm talking about this game that I am interested in. Is it this one? Interested in playing. It's called Tangled Blessings. I'm just looking into it a little bit more to make sure that there is nothing fishy about the creator. Though all is coming up so far, all is coming up well, but I don't know. Is that a variation on Wretched Alone? Ooh, I know that it is inspired by something. It's based on the Annie nominated Amnesis game system by Samantha Lee. Amnesis. Nessus? Anamnesis. 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 I'm so sorry, Samantha Lee. I don't know how to say that word. I've heard of Amnesis, but I haven't tried it yet. I've never heard of it until just this very second. I watched a video reviewing the game in hopes of getting a little bit of a sneak peek in how they do their cards, or how they utilize the cards. And yeah, so, and they talked about how it was inspired by a different game. And now I know it's at Amnesis. Amnesis. A deck of tarot cards and a way to record the story are the only items required to play. Based off the Emmy-nominated Amnesis game system by Samantha Lee. Players first draw from the tarot deck to discover which house they belong to, and then they'll discover who of 22 possible rivals will shadow their time at the academy. In two-player games, players rival each other, working together to unravel their shared and complicated history at the academies shrouded in darkness. Who is Tangled Blessings for? If your favorite stories ever involved sneaking around an ancient building, uncovering dangerous secrets, studying in a dusty library, practicing spells on the lawn, or making perilous deals with creatures lurking in the darkness, this game is for you. If you ever romanticized a university or boarding school experience, add a dash of terrible magic, and this game is for you. This is your chance to study somewhere special and threatening. You'll find magic mingled with risks. You'll be a magnet for disaster, but you could also lead others to ruin. And yeah, so it offers about 2 to 4 hours of gameplay. Although I think the person who I watched, I wish I remember who it was. It was genuinely just a random video I saw that I clicked on. I wish I would have paid attention to their name though. Dice? I don't remember. But they said they spent a little bit more than 4 hours playing this game, but they just kind of like took their time because they were going to review it to make sense. Let's see, playable in 1 or multiple sessions. We would want to do it all in 1 session. Supports solo or 2 players without the name of a GM. Doesn't require a character sheet because there's no skills to track. It's diceless. It only uses tarot cards required to play. This is going to lean less from what I think we did in Wretched Wastelands and go a little bit more towards Case Closed, a cold case tabletop RPG, in the way that it's played. Let's see, inspired by Dark Academia, Ghost Stories, and Graduate School, over 60 unique and thematic prompts, 22 unique and robust rival descriptions, include several pieces of original art, NPC ideas, and more inspired playthroughs. So yeah, it's based off of journaling. It's a journaling game. And it is based off of, like she said, it's us trying to figure out what happened in our time at university and the final showdown. So I am thinking of doing it. I'm thinking of playing this game, although I am not sure as of yet. This creator has, I saw this creator because she right now is also doing a backer kit for an extension, or it's not called an extension, a supplement maybe to this, which is called Extracurriculars or something like that. She's currently backing it, or she's doing the backing kit for at this very second in time. I wonder if I click on you, it'll pop up. She also has another, they also have another tabletop RPG that's a solo TTRPG called Carved by the Garden. Yeah, it is Tangled Blessings, Echo of Lost Electives, for the Magic Academy horror, Tangled Blessings. And it's just a supplement book with more stuff in it from what I have understood. A lot more prompts, more additional endings, more houses you can get into. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, pretty neat. If I do end up playing this, I probably won't be playing with this supplemental book, but you never know. I don't know. It's $20. Both of them are $20 essentially. So, probably only going to be dealing with one of these at a time if I do choose that game. She has made another game called Carved by the Garden. It's a solo folk horror tabletop RPG. And this one is another journaling game in which you document your character's last days in the nearby haunted woods. It is a single player structured journaling game. This one uses a standard deck of playing cards, which is like the only downside for me on it at the moment. Because again, like I said, I kind of want to do a tarot deck, but it's not necessary, but I would really like one. I really like to make one for the game. You'll follow prompts that reveal the horrors waiting for you among the trees. You'll also roll dice, pull blocks from a tumbling tower, and write about your experiences in character. It's 52 prompts, 6 major, 4 minor endings, and 7 thought-starting character archetypes. Each playthrough is unique. Carved by the Garden is a solo journaling game inspired by folk horror stories like The Witch, The Ritual, Midsommar, and those found in Damnable Tales, a folk horror anthology. Featuring a sprawling forest as a backdrop, Carved by the Garden blends self-reflecting questions with unsettling and often bloody discoveries. What you need is everything we talked about before. And yes. So it seems, and this one is in fact based off of The Wretched. I don't have a tarot deck yet, so many to choose from. Hard is like, yeah, no, I agree. If I didn't have such a fear of, and if I have such a fear and sheer lack of understanding or knowledge, not really understanding, but knowledge of Creative Commons, I would just simply buy a deck. If you're ever wondering why I, PB, make all of my own like visuals and illustrations, etc. for my games, it's because I don't have a solid enough understanding of Creative Commons to feel comfortable using images to enhance the gameplay. It also obviously is an excuse for me to like learn more about several of these art forms essentially, but that is the main reason why I do everything by hand. Because it is, but it's also not just like a misunderstanding or a lack of understanding. It's just a general lack of protection for the user when using content made by others. I grew up watching people in the wild wild west of YouTube slowly get picked off by copyright for things that they were allowed to use, but then the permission was rescinded, and then that it suddenly affected all of their content. That is just simply something I do not want to deal with. So I just, that's what AI is for. I need to go punish myself now for even thinking that as a joke, let alone typing it. Oh, courage, but but yeah, so that's where my mind is at the moment. But like I said, a tarot deck is 78 cards. So this is a decision I kind of have to make sooner rather than later. These are the two games I've seen at the moment. Of the two, Tangled Blessings is probably the one that'll be easiest for me to like just kind of be able to come up with things on the fly, just due to my reading history. I feel like I'm more able to kind of improv over that versus something with kind of like more sinister, spooky vibes. For example, things like The Witch and Midsommar, as it described by the other by her other game, Carved by the Garden. I've never watched any of those. I know hey, fun fact, I don't really like scary movies. Scary movies are scary, so I don't watch them. And so I'm not very familiar, especially with a lot of the new horror movies. And I especially have never read any horror content. I've definitely have heard more about movies and seen like clips, especially of things like The Witch. But yeah. Yeah. And so I am a bit unfamiliar with like what to kind of expect. I'm not terribly intimidated by it. I just don't know if I'd be very good at it. Only one way to find out, eh? But no, I am much more inclined right now to do like, I've wanted to do a tarot deck, which is why Nilly suggested the game to me, or the system to me, because I had literally been talking to her about how like my final frontier is just making a tarot deck. It's like my final frontier in creation for TRPGs that I've been looking at. Oh right, I want to use like copper as an accent block. How do you? Oh my god, you need 9 to make a block? Jesus fucking Christ, are you literally kidding me? Oh my god, we got 16 blocks from that? From like 2 and something stacks of this? Oof, that is steep. That is a steep price for that. I think I scarred Solo from when me and Callan and him lived together because I watch horror movies every chance you got. Damn. When I was younger, I really enjoyed horror movies, but then I realized my own mortality, and then that all went down the drain. My first mistake was having self-actualization. Log palette wise, I actually have no idea. I know I want to use birch logs just because I know I'm going to have so fucking many of them. But I don't know what I want my accent block to be, really. Maybe I do something with netherrack, like the, like a netherwort brick or something. I was thinking I want to do a frog light farm. Is one of my next builds I want to do before I do the trading hall, because I want to use frog lights for the lighting. Because frog lights are my favorite lighting in the game at the moment. They used to be sea lanterns, but then frog lights came out, and those are infinitely easier to farm. So that's the next thing I want to do. I just need to find a fucking mangrove swamp. We need to make a journey to a mangrove swamp, but I haven't been able to because I didn't have food to do it. And you know, that's how we get there. Oh, I have to take a little pack for myself. Like at least 2 sacks of food, 2 sacks of food at the very least, I think, to get to the nearest mangrove swamp. Because like I said, I don't have any of that close to me. That's the one biome I don't have near us. Okay, so I do this. So I'm trying to visualize this area. I know it looks like I'm just running back and forth. I'm trying to grab a visualization of how I want this to look. So like I want a little smelting area, kind of like I do there, but I would want it to be a little bit automized. Like a little mini smelter. And I feel like maybe over here would be a good place to have that. So this could be like our farm for that. Usually I like to make smelter rooms lower, but maybe that's a good place to have it. I have food over there, so I don't need any mini food farms. I probably want like an aquarium in here. So this is our... Let me just block this out while I'm here. Oh, but for the Froglight farm, like I said, I don't really want to AFK anywhere. But Froglight farms are going to make me have to like wait there a little bit more than I would probably like to. So I was thinking of like farms I could add to the area that I could be like farming other things while I'm there. And I was thinking of doing a netherwort farm because I was thinking like the netherwort bricks, which I really like. I really like the netherwort bricks. I really like how vibrant the red is. But boy, oh boy, are they just really not fun to make. And I would probably want to live over here. So that would probably all be like what I want to do or where I want to live. Any living space thing is probably over here. I don't want any like real like redstone contraptions over here. Not on this build. This isn't like my forever house. This is just my for now house while I'm building in this area. I was right the first time. Yeah, let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, three, four, five, six. That's what I want. Okay. And this will be like an aquarium right here. And if I make this all 2-story, I'll make this a 2-story aquarium. This will be our hallway. I'm a big 3x3 or a 3 wide hallway type person. I know some people like 2 wide, some people like wider. I'm a 3 person, 3 block wide hallway type of guy. Maybe I do make this our storage room. PB safety standards. You can't make me. Ain't got nothing on OSHA. Absolutely nothing. Let's go into the nether and grab a bunch of nether rack. Making sure I had my efficiency pick. This is where I had the fire, by the way. That's why there's no trees there. They all burned down. Slash were cut down by me. Before they could burn down. Oh, but see, yeah, look, we now have no fog, so now we can see around. Now I know we have a crimson forest over there. I also have a warped forest right next to it over here. I did confirm that all of this is inside Delta Waste. And this is the only line I have that's in the Soul Sand Valley, which is such a shame. We could have made I mean, I'm so mad about it. We could have had it all right off the bat. But instead we have this. So in Soul Sand Valley, in nether fortresses inside of Soul Sand Valleys, have higher rates of spawning by design. And so if I had like a nice little crossroads here, I could have easily used that to make a wither farm. Not that I can't, it's just that Basalt Delta is probably the worst, the singular worst biome that could have shown up because of these guys. Basalt deltas have a bunch of these guys spawning in. What this does mean, however, is that I could make a frog light farm using these guys in a basalt delta. I've never made a basalt delta based frog light farm. I imagine they have to be pretty good, but I genuinely don't know. I believe magmas are the only things that can spawn in basalt deltas, so but yeah, so you can just see the warp forest back there. You could also see I have a blaze spawner somewhere back there. Although I think just naturally spawning blaze are probably a little bit better for this. I have the crimson forest over there. Over here, I don't think I see anything past the basalt delta and the soul sand valley. To the best of my knowledge, at least. I came in here just to make sure it worked. And that was about that. That was the extent of my research here. I did go all the way over there, or like all the way over here, and it was just... oh, actually, it was over here. I came around. I think it's just nether waste that direction, I believe. So Nothing truly special. So I'm trying to see where I want to like just start excavating. Maybe over here. Eh. But yeah, so that's the game I'm thinking of playing. I probably have some horror based solo TTRPGs on my itch waiting for me to see them, but I have yet to organize all of my bundled games. So I genuinely have no idea. I'll probably just check to make sure I don't have Tangled Blessings or Carved by the Garden in any of the packs, in any of the bundles. But those are the two that are on my radar at the moment. I like Carved by the Garden by the fact that we could use our Jenga tower again for it. But my main motivation to playing the Dark Academia one is the fact I can use a tarot deck. I'm a simple person. I see tarot deck, I say, wow. But yeah, and I feel it would be fun to make a tarot deck based off of Dark Academia, you know? Like a horror-based Dark Academia deck. Also, I think it would be fun to make a Dark Academia overlay. My only, like, pause about it is that it is magical academia. And there is a particular author that has kind of marred the genre for me. I do like that is adult based though. It was gonna be an immediate no for me until I saw it was for adults. It was adults existing in this academy, in the school. Those are my only positives about it. But I could get over it. It's been a while since I've been in my Dark Academia phase. I can't imagine. I have to imagine it's like riding a bike. All right. Boop, boop, boop. I adore what they did for these guys. Like the little soul sand accents on the bones, and then the skulls to emulate the fire in these areas to show that they're like on fire. Big fan. Big fan. Let me up. tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow I will be, I don't know if I'll stream it. I'm thinking about it. But tomorrow, my friend Narcissus has invited me to play Deadlock with them for stream. And it seems like a pretty lightweight game when it comes to like how intense it is on the system. So I might play it. But Deadlock is it is like a FPS MOBA, essentially. You can think about it as. How do they describe it? I did not know this game existed until my friend Danny was playing it, Dragon Sparks, friend of the channel, and also the person who made us the Mango Party emote, or at least the base one. I've animated it so it does like the rainbow thing. And Deadlock is the game, I think this is by Valve. Yeah, this is created by Valve, which is very evident in a lot of their designs for characters. Shout out to the Medic. So Deadlock is a 6v6 hero shooter with MOBA elements from Valve. As it's an alpha playtest, it has 21 playable characters, and it's rumored for a full release in 2025. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, back in my day, back when I was younger, I was really into Dota 2. In fact, right now I am watching the International, which is happening at the moment. In fact, I think they're about to go and I think we're in the we're about to leave group stages and go into the semifinals. I'd have to see it. I haven't kept track completely with it, but I've kept a little in track with it. So this is going to be that. Over here, I decided I wanted to be our storage system. I want this to be in by 1. I kind of want to try that MOBA Gigantic again. That has been brought back. I have never heard of that before. Gigantic. Oh. Interesting. This feels very, it's giving me Smite vibes. Gigantic. Believe it or not, I like my MOBAs to have microtransactions in them. One of their selling points is that there's no microtransactions, and I'm like, but that's a part I like about them. Not in like the, I guess not in the like League way, but in the Dota way. Because I'm a Dota player. I come from Dota. I do not come from League of Legends. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oof. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wait, what? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It is 24. I guess we go in the block? I don't know. Maybe I just live with the fact that this is an even number? Because this is 19, right? So only this would be... So I'd go in, right? Yeah, like I do like an open concept thing, or like I make the room look bigger by adding like a bunch of glass. Now I can only put one set of... Oh, it's just gonna feel so claustrophobic to only be this big. This is 19, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is 19. Uh-oh. Originally, it was going to be with... Oh, Add Fun Art Design. It was canceled years ago, but was brought back recently under a different dev team. It was originally going to be free with macros, but they re-released when they switched. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, everyone make sure to stay hydrated. Oh yeah. And a stretch. Dude, oh my god. Let me take a drink of water and let me tell you the stretching I did yesterday. So I told you guys about like our whole snafu with the oven, right? Well, let me tell you. So we got they finally, it was a whole week we had to wait for the stupid heating element to come in from GE, but we got the heating element, and we installed it yesterday. Let me tell you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever replaced this baking heating element for your oven. First, it's an easy change. The thing that's annoying about it is that the cords are really fucking short. And luckily they weren't burnt out, so we didn't have to do anything in particular there, because that would have been a little bit of a nightmare. But they're so short. Like they're made to just pull out with the heating element and be pulled back in by the heating element. Like they are not made for you to replace them. It doesn't feel like it. So as soon as you unclip them from the heating element, they will pull back into the oven if you don't like make sure to hold on to them. So here we are, and I'm thinking like everything I've seen about replacing these things is just that it's an easy replacement. It's like a quick little in and out by professionals, I guess, because we should have replaced the oven door. We should have taken it off. Because it was my dad and I that were replacing it, And we were both working on either side of the oven, holding on to those things. And you guys know ovens, they're literally made to retain heat. So, like, being leaned into the oven, you're just absolutely cooking. You immediately started sweating. And 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I make this a little bit. Maybe I make a bump out here. Maybe that's how we do this. And so like we're in there, we're sweating, we are stretching to get into this oven and hold on to the stupid things, and it's such a pain. We're sweating, we're stretching. Luckily I'm tall, so I have long arms, so I don't have to be super leaned into the oven, but like my dad is much shorter than I am. So like I had to make sure he wasn't like leaning on the oven door. So like I had one hand like reaching far into the oven and then the other one making sure to like be holding up this oven door so my dad doesn't put his full weight on it out of exhaustion. And so I'm just like out here holding on to both of these things as like my dad tries to hinge them in to each other or to replace take them off, because we didn't exactly know how they were clipped in and it wasn't exactly easy to see. Oh, I was also holding my phone as a flashlight. So it was like a whole thing. I was exhausted by the end of it. I was exhausted. I almost passed out. I was sweating. My vision was blurry. It was a nightmare and a half. Hey, Rob, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. 1, 2. That's what I thought. I thought I hadn't replaced this yet. Although I wouldn't be mad if I did that. Doing good. Have you been? I've been all right. I've been doing okay. My chronic illness has been chronic and being an illness. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that has been a thing. But aside from that, I've been good. I've been Gucci. I would prefer this to be bigger than smaller, right? So go here. Let's go out 3. My life is ruled by the rule of 3s, it feels like sometimes. It's just the easiest way for me to make some decisions sometimes. Especially when it comes to house building things. But yeah, aside from that, I've been doing all right. I've been doing okay. I've been getting a lot of sleep. Which is a shame because I'm gonna have to continue because it would be fixed. My sleeping schedule right now would be fixed. We've come all the way back around. Unfortunately, yeah, it's up and going. Look at it. Everything over here is now done, at least one module of it. Right now, due to my brain being fried, I haven't done the auto crafting element of it, but I want there to be a little bistro here, where I'm going to come in and grab our pumpkin pies from. Now, let me grab these so I can make another stack of food because we're about to get there. So I haven't done any of that, but that's fine because I still need to check out what the rates are for these farms, in comparison to each other. I need to figure out if I can do if for every 1 layer of the sugarcane farm, I need 2 layers of the pumpkin farm, or how many chickens I need to just deal with 1 layer of these farms. But yeah, so I have an idea for how I want to do all the stuff in there, the little bistro, and you can see I have a little outside area I have blocked out now. I have our chicken that's floating down that poops out the eggs into a water stream down here. Ooh, you are full. Let me just yoink those. Maybe I do need to put these in a chest. In here? There it is. I'm doing this as if I don't have a million chests a step away from me. We'll just have to make sure to clear out the eggs every once in a while. There's 3 hoppers going down here if you're curious. I get quite a bit. I used a stack. That's another stack. That's 2 stacks. That's 3 stacks. That's 4.5 stacks I get from the guys I've got. And the slowest one I have right now is this, and I grab the stack. And I have a stack and a half. And I had 3 stacks here. Okay. That's fine. If I build another layer of this and another layer of that, we'll be fine. I probably might need to make 3 layers of this to keep up, but that's good. That's good. That's good. Have I tinkered with I love a good pooping chicken. Have I tinkered with autocrafters yet? I have for other projects, but that was when they had just come out. And in a creative world. Aside from that, I haven't put a ton of effort into it, which is one of the reasons I am holding off on working on this build at the moment, because I need to look into a little bit more about autocrafters before I decide like what design I want to go with. Because I have, so my idea in here is up here on this shelf. I want the ingredients that are going to go into the pumpkin pie farm to float on by over here. And then they go into the autocrafter. And then down here on this little line, I want glass here, by the way. Imagine there's just a glass all along here. I want down here is where I want the pumpkin pies to show up. So these are going to float by down here. And then up there, I want the ingredients to float on by. So when I come in here, I could see the quote-unquote machine working. I feel they're a little bit more complicated than they had to be. Yeah, I agree. But I think that's an effort to make them more customizable, I guess, would probably be their argument. But I agree. From what I've seen, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, so we have the guys up here, and then I wanted to come down here. But as I was trying to like figure this out in my brain where everything was going to go, I forgot how complicated the crafters were, as you said. So I have had to do a little bit more. This is a bit more of a thought-provoking project than I thought it was going to be. I also realized I have to have another autocrafter for the sugar to change the reeds into sugarcane. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to get all of the stuff in here, have them fill up these chests first to be our overflow. And then anything that doesn't fit into those chests comes over here. The sugarcane turns into sugar, comes over here, all the ingredients get spit out over here. and which is why I want to make sure they're kind of evened out. Then they go into the crafter, and then they get spit out back over here, and then where I'm gonna put the pumpkin pies is the other thing. I kind of wanted to put the chest down. I might still do it, make some barrels here, and that's where they end up going. Also, anything that doesn't go in here, I want to go in here into the composter. This composter, although this is how I found out how people do crafting things, or the crafter magic. This was here because this is where I want all the excess items to go, but I don't think sugar composts. So that is where another like kind of wrench in the machine would be. I guess it wouldn't be. It just means I have to throw it into lava. It does not. So that's why we're not working on it at the moment, because there's too many. Anytime I think of a solution, I think of more problems with that solution. You can also do a lectern and book. Oh, I did not know that. A lectern and book. Good to know. Thank you. I have to do a lot more testing with them. So that project's a little bit, or that like portion of the project is on hold. My next concerns are, I want to make the shell of the, hold on. I want to make the shell of our sugarcane farm into a out of stone. I want this to be a grayish looking building so it matches. I also want to be able to look in, inspired by what you said earlier, actually, Rob, when we were first designing this farm. I want to be able to see it, which is why I've angled it this way, because I think this is the better angle. This side of the chevron. And so I want this side to have a way for me to look inside. But I want this thing to be made out of stone. Some stone. Maybe I make it out of andesite. I don't know. Or a combo of a lot of the gray blocks. And I don't know what I want that one to be made out of. But I'm trying to think of a project to be made out of stone. Or a project that's going to be underground so I can dig out a bunch of stone. So I can make this facade. And in that same vein, think of what to make the pumpkin pie farm out of. I don't want them to both be grayscale. So, because I was thinking like maybe make this like a spooky build with deep slate, but no, I think I want to use some sort of color. I just don't know what. At this point in time, I have no idea what I want this one to look like. Maybe we make this just a big pumpkin. Yes. A big industrial building, a chicken, a bistro, and a pumpkin walk into a bar. You open this up. So now I'm doing the outline for our little hacienda house sort of deal that we're gonna have going on. And this will be like an open space in here before we reach the house portion of our home. If I want this, so I want an entrance over here, because this is how I always come up and down. I always climb up here. So we can make this our little entrance. And then in here, who knows what I have in there. Over here, I have the aquarium, I guess. Unless I make this the aquarium. And then this I just make some other decorative area. How big is this? I could make this an enchanting station. And then this be like a little library, I guess. And then that way we have the second floor so we can look out onto our builds. And then what do I want over here? Maybe I do like... I have this as our bulk smelter for like stones and stuff like that. And then over here I have like a kitchen with like smokers and stuff. Over here in this corner I'll have like a little smoker area and maybe like a blast furnace area. Or maybe I have like a little garden back here. Yeah, maybe I make this like a little outdoor seating area, but I make the Minecraft equivalent of being under a mosquito net the entire time. Like one of those enclosed porches, essentially. Back here. So I can look out. Because this is where we're going to have our path going to the cave spider farm. So I'll probably also want a path that leads up here. So it could be like our back porch slash the back entrance to this place. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna see what side has a better viewpoint. It's hard to tell because I have all these stupid leaves in the way. But yeah, so my plans, so tomorrow I might be streaming Deadlock on the channel. Dylan wants to start by 5:30ish my time, so Central Time, aka 6 hours, about 6 hours prior to right now. And that would be playing Deadlock. Deadlock, again, being the 6v6 shooter MOBA style game. It looks like fun. I've played a minimal amount of it. Never an actual game, so I don't know how the pacing of the game feels. Nor have I looked too much into it. I like the idea of hanging out on this side of the porch better, so maybe we make this the entrance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way we have this to be an entrance. I'm very much going to be hard relying, guys. Hard relying on my Dota skills. my very, very rusty 2015 last time I played Dota skills. What I could also do is I could have like a horse stable somewhere around here. If we come in through here, I live over here. What am I gonna want over here? I could have that little section there. Being like a little porch area. That's the way we come in. This could be like a little porch slash greenery area. It's what this area could be. Oh, all of these are connected, huh? Oh, but yeah, to finish off the saga of the heating element, my like side is sore from like all the stretching I did to hold on to the little wires for the heating element. And like my shoulder's a little sore also, but mostly it's my side from the like extensive stretching I did into the oven to hold on to those stupid little wires. Oh, my thigh also hurts for the same thing. Only one of them though. I was on the right side of the oven. So like my right side and my right thigh really hurt from the extension into the oven. Oof, that sucks, yeah. It was definitely an interesting experience. I now know if I ever need to replace this heating element ever again, I'm removing the stupid fucking door. I don't care what I have to disconnect to get that door to disconnect, but I'm taking off the damn door. Because it's an easy replacement. It's not like I almost wanted to bring in like the little clippies you would use to hold on to like a bib or something. I don't own any of those, but those are the things I was thinking of. Like if I ever have to do that again, I'm buying little clippies to just hold on to those wires. So I physically don't have to. But disconnecting them also fucking sucked. They were on there. Those little suckers were clipped on pretty well. Which is a good thing, because you don't want them to slip off. But it still sucked. I'm still unhappy with the soreness I feel today. And honestly, just like the general unnatural angles I had to contort my body to hold on to the stuff, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? But yeah, so that's finally done. Our oven works now, thank God. Also, good news, great news. As far as I know, well, actually, you know what? Let me just make sure. Let me check my local weather app, or blog, I should say. Space City weather. Only people I rely about when it comes to learning about what's happening with hurricanes. Yes, Francine, the tropical storm turning into hurricane, is has turned far east. Oh, the bed mod! I love it. It's so small but fun, right? I love it. I'm such a big fan. They all have a different little design on them. Let me tell you, I am having an incredible amount of fun with the resource packs in this run. There's so many fun little additions that are in the game now that are just like cute little things, just little cute little guys. Yeah, the bee bed, hell yeah! I look forward to trying out all the beds. I think in each like a base I make, I'm gonna have a different colored bed specifically to facilitate that mod because they're so cute. But yeah, so thankfully the hurricane, tropical storm slash hurricane, have turned well to the east, and they're gonna hit over in Louisiana, Alabama, that sort of side of things, as opposed to going straight up north that was as it was forecasting originally. So thankfully, don't have to worry about that. Because I was gonna. I'm more concerned about, like, honestly, the power grid. The power grid is so trash lately. But it looks very much like we're gonna see very minimal impact from the storms. It looks like it's really moved far east from where, like I said, originally it looked like it was gonna hit. I live in Florida. Oh, speaking of, I had to take the zombie resource pack off. The zombies with no log that crawl creeped you out too much. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. The little baby zombies. Yeah. Yeah, I also have no zombies, so they move slowly. They don't crawl very fast. But I can imagine if they crawled very fast, it would creep me the fuck out. I live in Florida and still haven't gotten used to the hurricane season. Yeah. It's like, I'm just unhappy about it. I just don't like hurricane season. It's not usually, like, hurricanes aren't too bad, for the most part when they hit. But with the continuous weakening of the power grid here in Houston, with the aging infrastructure and the lack of support that our local power company has shown, although now they have been pressured to fucking do something, so they are improving a lot of the a lot of things at my expense, on my dime. They're upgrading things. Lord knows what they've been doing with my other dimes, but they're asking for more dimes now. And it's the only reason, only because we had 2 back-to-back power failures due to their failed infrastructure, that they're actually fucking doing something now. But that's what's made hurricane season suck, is them. Little greenery. I'm not fucking with this playlist as much as I thought I would be. Let's put this one on shuffle. Yeah, so hopefully next hurricane season won't be nearly as detrimental as this one has when it comes to our power structure at the very least. Sorry, I'm trying to visualize what I want here, and I can't figure out what else I need. So, like, if I have this be like a little staircase, right? So I want this to be a staircase. All that's going to stair up. I need this to come out one more. Need this to come out one extra one. Then we go this way. Okay. So yeah, MOBA deadlock tomorrow. If hopefully by tomorrow, the people I've asked about Tangled Blessing will get back to me. And then I will get started on making the tarot card template. Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Hold on, I need to look at the calendar. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is deadlock. Then I think I'll stream it. I'm pretty certain. I'm fairly certain I'll be able to stream it without much impact to performance for myself. And then hopefully by tomorrow I hear back. Then on Thursday I should work on the template if I don't start on it on Wednesday night. I don't know if I'm going to stream on the 16th and the 17th next Monday, Tuesday. Next Monday, my mom is going into get surgery on her other eye, cataract surgery on her other eye, and I'm the one driving her. And even though it's early in the morning, it is gonna fuck a lot with my sleep schedule. So I am concerned about that. And then Tuesday, in the same vein, I'm going to go take her to a follow-up, her follow-up with the doctor to make sure everything is good. And that should be like the only true disruption. It's just that it's so early in the fucking morning. Her surgery is we have to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. And it is across town, so we have to leave an hour early. Which means I have to basically be awake by 3, 4-ish in the morning. And for me, the way my life is, it's more convenient for me if I just stay awake the entire time. Yeah, it's really fucking early. It's more convenient if I just stay awake the entire time. Because the surgery itself takes notes. It's like max 20 minutes. It's a quick in and out. It's just waiting for her to get in and go see the doctor. But last time end of July, beginning of August, when she went to go have her first surgery. We went in at 6. We left at about 8ish. Maybe 9ish. 8, 9ish. We waited like an hour for her name to be called after check-in. And then it was like a solid 30 minutes of me waiting for her. And then it was about another hour to get home. Because I remember we had this local Chinese food is where we went, because we went and I had my dad drive to go eat because I was too tired to go eat at that time. Or I wasn't too tired to eat. I was too tired to feel comfortable driving. I was dissociating a little too much while driving, that I did not feel comfortable having to go drive to eat and back. And when I came back, I like took a shower and immediately knocked out. And I'm gonna do the same thing on Tuesday probably. I don't think Tuesday's appointment is nearly that early, but it is still that inconvenient. It's still on the other side of town to get to, which is why I'm the one that drives her. So Monday, up in the air. It depends on how exhausted I am when I wake up. But Tuesday, it depends on what time. I mean, it's going to be early in the morning. All of my fucking parents' appointments are always at the butt crack of dawn. So yeah, next Monday or Tuesday, I don't know if I'm going to do anything on stream at least. And then hopefully after that, I can finally fix my schedule. I'm a little upset because I fixed my schedule, my sleeping schedule now, and then I have to fuck it up again. I in fact fucked up my sleep schedule because of my parents. Actually, fun fact, I was doing fine. I was on a fine sleep schedule. But due to a lot of side effects, mainly because of my parents, my schedule flipped a whole 6 hours, plus because of them. I definitely think I should have a horse stable somewhere around here. I don't own any horses at the moment, but I should probably have a stable. Okay, so I come down here. I'm gonna start here. This is gonna be our stairs. Unless I should have it up at this level. No, I think I like this level a little bit more. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Let's lower it. Let's lower it. So if I do that, to finish off that thought, then that Wednesday, it might be a Minecraft Wednesday. If I don't stream on that Monday or Tuesday, it will be probably, don't bank on Monday. You have a better chance of getting a stream on Tuesday than on Monday. Then on Wednesday, that's pretty much, unless otherwise issues arise, Wednesday will probably be a stream. And depending on how tired I am, that'll be a Minecraft Wednesday. Then that Thursday and the Friday might be tarot deck days. If I don't stream Monday and Tuesday, no, because I have a hangout on Saturday, so I can't stream on Saturday. Then on, hold on, my actual phone calendar has more information than my other schedule, my other calendar. Okay, so this past week, so this Sunday, I didn't have a Prax game. Next Sunday, the 15th, I think we're having a guest star, so I actually have no idea. So I'm not on stream this Sunday, and then the Sunday after that, it's also not our game. So I think the 29th, I will be on Praxis stream. So that's a week I can do something. So the 28th is a Saturday. I could do something. Okay, so 16th, 17th, up in the air whether or not we're going to stream. 18th, we probably will stream. It depends how I'm feeling, but that might be an Art Wednesday. That entire week, all next week might be an Art week if we do end up doing Tarot deck. I can't stream that Saturday. If I do, it'll be an early day stream. If I stream on Saturday, the 21st. Then starting on the 23rd, it should be a normal week of streaming. I don't think I have anything that week that would throw anything off. That'll be a full speed ahead week then. It'll probably be half Minecraft, half Tarot deck. And then entering October will be crunch time until the 30th. I know almost like 50 days to make 78 tarot deck cards seems like a decent amount of time. But let me tell you, it isn't. Smile. From making the 52 playing deck, I can assure you it isn't. Maybe I do this and I just do this. I guess if I do the aquarium, I can just have it be a big aquarium, top to bottom. And we can dig in here, down here, and have more guys being dudes in there. And then this will be our smelter. Our mini smelter. Just so I don't have to do I thought I saw a phantom. I was about to be like, hello, you're not supposed to be here. Who invited you? I know I didn't. I in fact put you on the do not allow in list. Well, now that we all know what my schedule is gonna look like in the next few weeks, yeah. I'm thinking, unless somebody gives me a better option than Tangled Blessings for a horror-themed solo TTRPG to play, that is in fact what we will be playing. Gonna do this. I was looking through the solo TTRPG tag a little, yeah. Find anything interesting in your little peruse? Wasn't sure on your preferences for types of solo TTRPGs. What did I write down? I have it in my in the Discord. Let me see. When I was looking for them originally. TTRPG Rex. What did I say? For solo TTRPGs, I'm looking for a game that I could play in general, for just general solo TTRPGs. I'm looking for a game that I could play in maybe two sittings. Definitely one sitting because that's usually how I play these. But feel free to recommend a longer to play system since I don't know what my preferences will be as of yet. Right now, they're still short games, but I'm not opposed to doing like a 3-4 session game. That just means each Wednesday in the month I'll be playing it. The goal, I want the goal of the system to be to tell a story from beginning to end. That is the goal in general. I'm no longer looking for a system that holds my hand to guide the story. But I am still looking for things out there. That is still true. But what I'm looking for is a system to facilitate a story. That's what I'm most interested in. If you're asking for what I'm looking for in particular for solo TTRPGs, for this spooky season, is I'm looking for a spooky / horror themed solo TTRPG. It needs to be a story that can be told in one sitting, less slasher, more thriller. Minimal gore mentioned. It can lie anywhere on the spectrum from cutesy spooky to psychological horror. I'm looking to play it for the final week of October, but I like to get started on prep ASAP. Oh, so true, Green. I definitely need to figure out where my early polls are. Sorry, I was looking at that. Yeah, so that is where my thoughts are when it comes to it. I'm definitely looking for just I'm not looking for a slasher game in particular. Oh, the ad's already done. Yeah, so I'm looking for spooky horror, but less slasher, more psychological, more thought-provoking. I don't mind gore mention, but just not too much. That's not too much gore. It's not a very appealing thing to me. But yeah, so I'm more interested in telling a good story and tarot cards. Tarot cards are something that are highly influential on my choice at the moment. Because I think if there was ever a time I was going to do tarot cards to learn how to make tarot cards, it's going to be a spooky themed, a spooky season thing. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, Early voting, Texas. When last day to register the 7th, mail-in. Early voting begins on the 21st. Hold on, I need to make sure this is on stream because this is actually free. That's all information that you guys definitely don't need to be seeing. Good, 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 good. I'm glad. I'm glad that in September we still don't know where the early voting locations are. Good, 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 good. Amazing. I just have to be careful about how I vote because voter suppression is very real here in Texas. I found one that involves sketching, but guessing that would take up time. Maybe. Still send it my way, Lysander. I'll still look at them. No matter what, I'm still interested in looking at them. Hey, get over here. Get over here. It's fine. Take your time. It's so dumb. Oh, you're gone. I didn't kill you in time. I was too busy laughing. I've never noticed that all he does is he just slaps you a little bit with his hand. He's like, eh, eh. It's so unserious. I guess this can all be hallway. Not in love with the idea of this all being hallway, but it can be all hallway. Do like a little offshoot this way. Like I giddy up in here and I turn in here. And this will be our stable. We turn into this. And then we have a few stables set up. A few stalls set up. I'm like, is it called a stable for each one? Yeah, no, definitely still and this is for anyone, any suggestions. I'm wholeheartedly open to any and all suggestions at all times for solo TTRPGs. If you guys see one that's interesting that you'd like to see someone maybe play or try out, send me the link. You can either send it to me personally or you could send it as a link over in the Discord. I have a special a special channel right at the beginning that is TTRP recommendations. I also have NPC and disc suggestions in the future for when I start making that content again. Let's see. Exclusion Zone Botanist. Ooh. You're an exclusion zone botanist. Get in, discover, and document, get out. Oh. Hold on, let me just make sure I have that paused. Let's look at this together. Okay, that's about as big as I can make it without covering with my body. Inspired by The Color Out of Space by H.P. Lovecraft and Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, Exclusion Zone Botanist is an Emmy-nominated solo drawing hex crawl game. This one-page A4 trifold brochure PDF solo drawing game includes corruption progression list, hex map of the exclusion zone, plant discovery guide with leaf shape and arrangement, actual leaf morphology, phytomorphology. Yeah, I missed a syllable in there. Terms, a low splatter PDF that increases readability, and plant discovery guide 9.1 B mini expansion. Oh, that's cute. Get the EZ for an in-game bonus while wearing it. Nice. Plant discovery guide. Free mini expansion for the Exclusion Botanist solo drawing and sketching game. It doubles the number of unusual plant features, expands each prompt, and includes advice for solo journaling. All right. Similar games, 11th Beast, a solo monster hunting game set in 1746 London. I was looking at a game based off of this earlier today, and you are a muffin. That's a name. Unlike most games where you are playing the role of another person, in this solo journaling game, you are a pastry in the cozy cafe. You go stale as you wait to be consumed. That's so sad. Safety. Continuing isolation body horror. As a solo game, Exclusion Zone Botanist is obviously intended to be played alone. If you are struggling with feelings of loneliness or feeling isolated, help is available. Aw. The National Help and Treatment Referral. Nice. Oh, okay. All right. This looks interesting. I'll definitely look into this. Keep moving. I'm interested in how it plays out. Where the sketching comes out of this. If it's like a mapping game. I am interested in a mapping game in the future. Ooh, what is this one? Let's see, Witchier Woodland. A downloadable Firelights game, Witchier Woodland. Is a witchy woodland, the once whimsical forest is now cursed and evil. This is a journaling tabletop role-playing game, single or solo player. The mood is not cute and weird. It's horrific, grim, and bloody. Why does no one like... What happened? What bad press did the Oxford comma get that no one uses the Oxford comma anymore? I need to know right now. Where did the bad press come from? Why did we decide we no longer needed it? What campaign started? Where's the anti Oxford comma campaign begin? I've seen less and less Oxford commas as my years have gone on, and it's only made me increasingly more upset about it. Write in your own grimoire, keeping a journal each time you rest. You have a formerly cute medieval fantastic magical forest to save from the hellish horrors that invaded it. You will only need a deck of cards, 2 dice, a small notebook, a pencil, and the most witchy little trinket you have to serve as your figurine while exploring the woodlands. That's cute. Someone has torn magic apart, allowing evil to creep in, corrupting the woods. As a groundskeeping witch, you must delve deep into the dark forest to hunt down evil. Beware, not to sleep in the cursed woods, or you'll regret it. Face haunted castles, sickly bleeding pumpkins plaguing the fairy realm, creepy severed hands lighting fires all over, vampires reveling in a smoldering battlefield, the corrupt coven of your former mentors who turned to black magic, and hellhounds dragging you to hell itself. A trifold game, The Witcher of Woodland, a character sheet, bookmark supplement, the tiers with additional tables and mechanics. A bookmark size supplement. The woods are haunted by frightful terrors and magic that you need to close, and the forest has a lot to offer to help you. A bookmark size supplement, The Swords, with additional tables and mechanics. The forest is full of secrets, fallen heroes, legendary warriors, and secretive demons ready to bargain a powerful sword. Good luck, you'll need it. Keep the lights on. Ooh. That's fun. That's a fun little spoopy sounding game. The dark web. It's a peculiar choice to exclude the Oxford comma. They excluded the Oxford comma quite a few times on that one. Look, I'm not going to shame you for not using an Oxford comma. I simply would like to know why we've decided to shun the Oxford comma. What did it do? Why have we canceled the Oxford comma? It says either it has to be 7 or 9. I just don't know which of the two. That's why it's in Netherrack. This actually probably needs to be a little taller. It seems to be a sequel to a more whimsical Witchy Woodland. I might try that one out later. Yeah, it sounds good. Honestly, depending on how many good games there are out there, it might just be a spooky fall. I'm still determined to do solo TTRPGs on Wednesdays. That feels like the least crowded day for TTRPGs. It seems like the least crowded day for doing TTRPG things. But I'm not opposed to doing more TTRPGs than once a month. My biggest issue is just making a lot of the visuals in a timely manner. But if it doesn't need a ton, like for example, I need to look into the sketch game, but it feels like a lot of that will be it feels like a lot of that is done during the game, a lot of the visuals. So like that might be a candidate for like a quick in and out game. I thought I had a panda in my house. I was like, hello? What do I want in here? I want the bedroom, but what do I want in the bedroom? I'm going to make an enchanting area here because this is going to be our library. We come over here. What do I do over here? That's the real question. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what I do in here. But this is going to be the main bedroom slash our studio apartment. But this looks like this is about what it's going to be. So what it's going to be is basically this. do something like that. Honestly, I might also do this one. Now that I've determined that the top is going to be where I'm going to be looking at this the most. But honestly, I think I might just make all of this a... I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing out of this this wood, but I think there's going to be a fair amount of it. I'm thinking that the brand of the channel for a while is going to be TTRPGs and Minecraft. That's what I'm thinking the channel is going to be for a good little bit. I just need to also... It'll be much easier once my sleep schedule is good. I just have too many things upcoming to have a good schedule going. And man, let me tell you, if it weren't for anxiety, some things would be a little bit faster to be fixed. But alas. Now, our accent color isn't going to be netherrack. Our accent color is not going to be netherrack. I just don't know what our accent color is going to be at the moment. Reach to the anxiety thing, by the way, yeah. It's like, gosh, imagine how powerful one could be without anxiety. When I was describing the day I did the day I did my Pride Festival supplement, I was like, gosh, I really did do that in like a night. I think I did that in 2 nights. I think I wrote it on one day, and I spent the entire next day figuring out how to make it, how to do the design for it, like graphic design. Which ended up being this website that does it for you, essentially. Like it's formatted to be in like that sort of D&D 5e aesthetic. It's like I have not known peace about, because I don't drive often. So the idea of having to drive across town on a freeway in a car that doesn't work great in the wee hours of the morning with no available backup plan aside from like an Uber, it had my anxiety through the roof. It still has my anxiety up there, but I'm trying not to think too much about it until like Saturday, Sunday. So I'm not in fight or flight mode all week. I would just like to have a low-key terror going on. Instead, easier to deal with on a day-to-day basis. One, two, three, four, five. A lot of this is going to be built up. I just want to create my corners. Eh. We got it. I'm very much looking forward to doing this solo TTRPG though. Let me tell you, one of those, I think it's the Witchy Woodland one, sounds a lot like what I want to do with the Critters TTRPG. Has a very similar story idea, just different. It's not the same, it's different. But it has similar energy. I see you. Get over here. Give me your pearls, you loud bitch. Hold on. You're such an awkward little bean. I can't wait to be terrified of you after 100 Nights of Horror. Speaking of 100 Nights of Horror, I've talked about it a little bit, and I'll talk about it after this guy stops screaming at me. 100 Nights of Horror is a 100-day series that I would like to stream with my friend Callan. Kid Callan. You guys have seen him in the chat before. Good friend of me in the channel. And I've wanted to do I do the door over here, but then I don't have like a clean thing here. No matter where I put this, and it's gonna cover up our stuff on this floor. What's the best way to see this? But yeah, so we're picking a horror themed mod pack. Right now we're making a list of the packs that we find interesting. And then we are going to find a map pack for it, like a map, one of the like special maps that people make for funsies that's going to fit our theme, because we want to RP it. So it depending on which pack we choose, and what, like which mod pack and what map we end up choosing, will kind of determine everything, like our storyline, etc., the characters we're going to play. And first of all, I'm very much looking forward to it because we have some bomb ideas, I think. And there are some scary mod packs out there. I don't know if you guys are aware of the like mod pack. It's just like the mod pack scene out there. But there are a ton of them. I really want the front door to be here. I mean, where else would it be, right? Like over here, but like I want this to be like a cozy nook sort of feel. If I choose to do this out here, If I do this, then I get a pretty good view of everything. Then I have to do, another recommendation by, I've seen Dead Letter Society. I haven't read too much into it though. I've seen a lot of these. I haven't looked at very many of them. If that makes any sense to you guys. Let's see. Oh, we have an ad playing. I won't read into this since Lysander just recommended it. Let's head back into Minecraft while we wait for it to pop in. The ad, that is. Actually be like this. Let me just do like a this thing. How far can I push this in, you think, before it starts obstructing too much of my view? Oh, this is also too high. Let's do that. Oh, we can push this back quite a bit. 1, 2, 3. But see, back here, this won't get in my way, huh? And you will be smack dab in my way. Yes. So yeah, let's keep it back here. Let's see, how are we doing on this ad? It should be done, but I'll still take a drink of water before I start reading into Dead Society. Or Dead Letter Society. Oh my god, that was so cold. Oh, that water is so cold. It's fine. Ooh, all right. Live your best unlife as the newest member of the Dead Letter Society, an exclusive communication network for vampires. Pursue your ambitions and question the society's motives in this journaling and epistolary game for 1 to 2 players. Dead Letter Society is a journaling game where your letters drive the action. Choose your genre, build your world, and discover the joys of corresponding via a secret society with unknown motives. Dead Letter Society received an honorable mention in 2003 Indie Groundbreaking Awards. Features: a vampire journaling game that adapts to your preferred playstyle and genre. A letter writing game without the waiting. You've always wanted something to do. Tarot-driven and intention-based journaling. Decide what you'd like to do, then draw and answer a journaling prompt to develop the idea. Game variants for both solo and 2-player games. 6 pre-generated settings and 12 characters with first contact letters designed to inspire your games. Setting feature: Lovecraftian steampunk London, the Roman Republic and Empire. Modern day, cozy 1920s detectives, gothic and far-flung future. Those are wildly all over the place. 140 A5 pages illustrated throughout with original tarot-themed vampire artwork. EPUB available. You will need 1 to 2 players, safety tools of your choice, a place to write your letters and journal, a tarot deck, or a method of generating random letters. Oh, testimonials. Interesting. What an interesting game. Let's see. Dead Letter Society is a 2-player game of letter writing and journaling. Each player assumes the role of a vampire with hopes, dreams, and fears. During the game, the vampire write letters to each other, asking questions, giving advice, discussing their intentions, revealing secrets, and speculating on curiosities discovered over time. Between writing letters, the vampires delve into topics that interest them and learn more about the world around them. This game can be played in person, remotely, or a mix of both styles. Modifications for solo and shorter games are also included. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh, right, because it's a tarot-based deck. I'm just like, Ace of Cups. It's like, oh, right, the cups. Live your best unlife. Play asynchronously over weeks or together in short or long sessions. Tarot decks and your own words drive the game. Interesting. I like it. Me gusta. Oh, my back. Don't mind me and my back. Oh, and the other one is... What does it say? The Almanac of Sanguine Pass. Sanguine Pass. Listen to the werewolf within and delve deep into the Almanac of Sanguine Paths. Reveal its mysteries, communicate with others of your kind, and discover what sacrifices you'll make in pursuit of your ambition in this journaling epistolary game for 1 to 2 players. Oh, Almanac of Sanguine Paths is a journaling game where your letters drive the action. Choose your genre, build your world, and discover the joys of corresponding as a werewolf via a secret society with unknown motives. This game can be used alone or in conjunction with the Dead Letter Society. Be more than a monster. The Almanac of Sanguine Paths is a guide delivered to werewolves by an unknown benefactor containing methods of exchanging information between its holders. Your almanac may be an old book filled with information about the phase of the moon and the tides, a newsletter that keeps escaping your junk mail filter, or an indie game zine thrust into your hands one day. No matter its format, the origin of this benign text is unknown to you for now. Once in your hands, however, you begin to notice oddities. Page glisten in the moonlight, a sound mimics your favorite bird call. Pictures move when you're not looking. You can't discard the almanac for long, it always comes back to you. You are sure there's more to uncover, either about the book or the persons who sent it to you, but you'll need help. The first hidden message you discover, my mic just fell, tells you how to contact other werewolves. Oh man, I really had to cough there, but you'll need help. The first hidden message you discover tells you how to contact other werewolves with an almanac. Securely, secretly, and if you choose, anonymously. Together you can find out what it means to walk the Sanguine Path. And as far as I can tell, everything else is about the same, except it's a little bit longer. This is 200 versus the 140 of the other one. 100% human-made. Ooh, these are fun. What if I just claim this real quick? What if I just yoink that real quick? There we go. Shout out to hold on. What did they say? shout out to the community copies through the Kickstarter campaign. As they say, these copies will be released in groups of 10 every Tuesday or whenever the available number reaches 0 until they're depleted. They still have another 200 something copies to give, so. And whenever one person buys them, one person buys a print, one more goes into the pool of community copies. Nice. Oh, and more, then they gave a few more. Nice. All right, Pog. Those are fun. Those seem interesting. Those both the Almanac and Sanguine are fascinating. Snapshots into that kind of world. I look forward to looking at them in the future a little bit more in depth and seeing what they have to show, including the other one. I like the Witchy Woodlands one. That one seemed very interesting, and also the Inclusion Zone one. I've been interested in a. So for those of you who don't know, there are several genres when it comes to solo genre. There are several. Hold on, we got this. Red leather, yellow leather. There are several different genres in the solo TTRPG sphere. One of such genres is map making. In the same way that journaling exists, you can sketch your way through the genre. It's always been very interesting because you guys know that I like to make. Yeah, Rory and Montefiore Tales has some great games. I need to look more into them. I'll look more into them after a stream. Like into their actual catalog. But I am. Oh, that's Cage. Cage said that. They do have some great games that I look forward to looking into a little bit more. But yeah, so there's like the journaling genre. There's the kind of the roll on a table to find out what happens to your character. Where the tables serve as your GM. There's the ones that are story driven by you, but the prompts kind of guide your story. And there's ones that are totally up to you. Like someone else could get the same exact, lay of cards that you got, the same items you got, and then they could come up with a completely different story than the one you did. And then there's the map making one where you essentially create a map based off of what happens to you. Like, it's not a flavor text portion of the game. Like, it's not just like a hex crawl where you just like moving around. No, you draw on the hexes. Like, that is the game, is making the hexes. That is the crux of it. Or like, the metaphorical hex. And so I wanted to start off when I started doing solo TTRPGs at the beginning of the year, basically. I started off with just wanting to do like more story heavy systems because I didn't know exactly how I was going to enjoy solo TTRPGs, because my entire record with TTRPGs are tabletop role-playing games, so things like Dungeons and Dragons, if you're familiar with those. That's essentially what I'm speaking about. But yeah, so Dungeons and Dragons, if you're familiar with those, that's essentially what I'm speaking about. I had never played. I had never been super interested in solo teacher RPGs when I first started doing things on my own channel a long time ago. Long time ago. Emphasis on the long ago. There is a... I made a different channel. What was I gonna do here? Well, while I'm thinking about it, I made a channel specifically for running games, running and writing games. It's what I was going to primarily do on that channel, and with the intention of writing adventures and drawing maps, and then also running games, because I had been in a lot of games at the time, but I had gotten burnt out. I was severely burnt out. And I thought maybe if I ran my own games, I would like get rid of the burn. You know, like the burnout would run out. I remembered I was going to do now. I was going to make stairs. It's fine. We'll be back. I actually should put this one lower. Because I'm going to put a floor up here. Of what? I don't know, but a floor is going to eventually go where I'm placing these blocks. But for now, you can do grass. But yeah, so I was going to write adventures, make maps, and then run games on the channel. It didn't end up going anywhere because I ended up figuring out, that I'm not really interested in running games. I don't think I'm particularly good at running games, nor do I think I truly enjoy being a GM. For some people, they really like it and they're very good at it. I'm not one of those people. So, that plus a lot of other things kind of like killed the drive for finishing making that channel. But that doesn't mean the desire for like those things have gone away, you know? Like I really need to need to find or download a couple of Tales from the Loop adventures that people have written, or maybe I just figure out a way to make a couple of versions of it. Because I've had this adventure idea for a Tales from the Loop game since I was in a Tales from the Loop game back in 2018 maybe? It's been a good long while since I was in that game. But in that Tales from the Loop game, I had an idea when I was coming up with... I would do this thing where I would spend my Mondays, I think, brainstorming. I would brainstorm adventure ideas or like book ideas, whatever it might have been. That's when I brainstormed them and created a list of games that would sound interesting to make. And then I would choose from that to like write a game. Not that any of them ever saw the light of day, but I had this one for Tales from the Loop where it would be these kids, because if you guys don't know, Tales from the Loop is based off of kids. Think like Stranger Things. Stranger Things, I feel, is very inspired by Tales from the Loop when it comes to kids dealing with horrors. There's also, I believe, the Tales from the Loop show, which is about Tales from the Loop. But it is this idea where you live in this like epicenter, essentially, of weird shit that happens thanks to this like particle accelerator or something that they made. in secret. So a lot of weird shit happens in your area. But as a kid, you're able to like kind of see it for what it is instead of like being gaslit into believing it's something else. And so as kids, you go out and you investigate these sort of anomalous things that are happening in the area. And as you experience these kinds of things, you uncover like secrets about what's actually happening in the loop. Is this where I have these? And then I have like have this going on up here. Yeah, I think that works. And so that was a terrible explanation of what Tales from the Loop is, but it's very interesting. It's like this asynchronous, well, no, not asynchronous, anachronistic feeling 80s kids adventure. Like Stand By Me? Is that the name of the one with like Will Wheaton and the Coreys? Like that sort of, some bad shit happens to all of you guys and you all have to like, you know, deal with it together as kids. Yeah. But also like sci-fi, because all the stuff that's happening is kind of sci-fi. It's a very interesting game. And really, especially if you are an 80s kid, it is very nostalgic for you. To run and play in the game. I've been told by my friends who were, I was in that Tales from the Loop game and they were 80s kids. They're like, wow, I haven't thought about that in ages. And meanwhile, me, I have a Google Doc with all the 80s phrases I found on the side and 80s references. I'm a 90s kid. I was born in the 90s, so I don't... I miss the 80s. I don't really know anything about the 80s aside from when I Google it. And so, but it's a very fun game in that aspect. Because you play a kid, right? Like you are a child, in this game. And so my idea for my game was you're going to this like fall harvest, this fall harvest fest, like carnival-esque style. I forgot what the fuck they're called. What are they called? Like where you have like you run through a corn maze, you have like a bunch of hay bales all over the place. What the fuck are those called? Whatever it's called. You're at one of those festivals and you're playing around in the cornfield when on the corn maze when one of you finds a dead body, and the adults don't believe you when you run out screaming and say, hey, I found a dead body. They don't believe you and they will not follow you until an actual adult finds the body, and then that becomes like the thing. So it's up to you kids to like investigate what happened here, and a bunch of clues lead you to this, to what it is. Essentially, you're sent on a scavenger hunt, to find out who killed this guy, why they killed him, and on the way you find, the culprit, who's controlling said culprit, and their motivations before the adults find them. And it's like this fun little, like I said, it's like a scavenger hunt. It's meant to be played in one sitting. It's a fun little adventure that I would love to just place on paper. So I can stop thinking about it and just place it and just never have it exist somewhere outside of my brain. But I don't know how to write a Tales from the Loop adventure, like the formatting. Like I could write a 5e adventure. I've seen enough adventures to write those for 5e. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. But I don't know enough about the adventure format. I've tried to research it before, but it was all a little confusing to look at. But it's one of those things that I keep wanting to get done before spooky season arises. And then I never beat spooky season. I'm just going to do this because, again, we will have a floor. But for now, our floor is also going to be dirt. I really need to think about what I want to make the walls here. Part of me wants to make it out of sandstone, but I don't really have sand like that to make all these walls. I don't really have any block to make walls like that except birch. And I don't want this to be a whole birch building, I don't think. So I need to think about what blocks exist to me at the moment that are easily accessible. Again, I'm thinking maybe something from the Nether, but even if I did that, I think I'd want them to be accent blocks, not the blocks I fill in the middle of this building with. Because I want this to be brighter, I don't want this to be darker, and I think that's the downside to a bunch of the Nether blocks. Maybe that's what I'll do. I have it written out somewhere. My ideas are like all the plot points for this game, for Tales from the Loop game. I think I just need to find that. And then write the adventure and just get it out there. Because like formatting it, like doing the page design won't be the hard part to me. The hard part to me is definitely going to be is just writing it out in adventure format. And honestly, probably doing a playtest of it just to make sure it makes sense and I'm not missing a plot point. Much to my own chagrin. Worse. Although, maybe I'll have to get someone else to GM it for me. Because that's the adventure portion of it, right? Like, the part I'm nervous about is making sure I've added enough information for it to be understandable to someone that's not me, the person who wrote it. I'll just have enough blocks to finish this out. A little bit more than just enough. I also need to figure out what I want to make the floor out of. Probably some sort of stone, eh? I can think of a couple, maybe at least one person I think I could ask to GM this game, the Tales from the Loop game. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the middle. Let's do that. Honestly, since I don't have to deal with phantoms, I don't really have to deal with the fact that, oh my god, speaking of, with something swooping in and hurting me, this could be a totally open concept. Speaking of phantoms, oh my gosh, did you guys see that they're nixing, they're removing the mob vote from Minecraft Live from their from announcing their stuff, and they're gonna be dropping more updates and more mobs. I'm very excited about it. Mostly that there is going to be no more sabotages when it comes to these votes. I'm genuinely cannot believe that Mojang allowed the mob vote to go on for so many years when it has been an open campaign by many communities, anti-Minecraft communities, to mass vote for the worst mob. And a lot of people troll voting for the thing people didn't want. I guess they trusted that majority voters were going to be people who actually cared about what was added to Minecraft. Let me sleep. Let me sleep. Let me sleep. Let me sleep. I am so excited to not have to deal with it anymore. Oh man, we've been at this for 3.5 hours. That must mean it's about to be one. Sure is. This is a fair amount of work. I need to figure out what we're gonna do in the middle here. What did I say? I'm hoping by tomorrow I have some more perspective as to which game I'm gonna end up playing. And honestly, there's a lot of good games out there, so I'm hoping Tarot Deck and what I'm doing for the 1680 game are the last two kind of like big hurdles I have for playing more games more quickly. My main issue right now is I don't have a lot of the visuals ready to go. I don't have the templates ready to go. But Void 1680, I'm going to learn how to do that. Oh, let me show you guys. Because I keep talking about it, but I'm not 100% sure I'm describing it in the best way possible. Oh, what is the guy called? You had to have just posted a video, right? It's Monday. Or it's Tuesday. You had to have pasted a video as of recent, right? There's no way. I think his name is Gael. Yeah, Gael. Gael Level. He's the guy I'm using the he is the person I'm going to be probably using the tutorial for. So let's see. Let me go back over here. Boop, boop. It is this idea of having a card pop up on screen like this, show you what I wanted to show you, and then go away. But in my case, instead of fully going away like it did here, I'm going to have this go from where it is on the page. Is there a small little... Can I make this tiny? I cannot make it tiny. Can I make the calculator tiny? I can. So I wanted to go from here to onto the page. Oh, but I can't make it tinier than that. Damn it. Can I make paint small? How small can I make the paint? I can't make that at small either. So make the notepad small. I can. All right, so it goes from here to then small over here in the corner. I can't make this thinner, but imagine it also thinner into the corner. So it's going to transition from big to smaller because I want it big so you guys can read it when it first pops out. And then when I press another button, I wanted to go over and hang out on the table, essentially. That's what I'm doing for Void 1680 is I'm going to be doing a card, this technology, and like a special card. Although in this case, this is like someone just did bits. So this is their name, this is their picture, and that's the card they're showing. Fancy, yeah. But in my case, it's not going to be, it's just going to be a card that I write out. It's just a matter of doing all the sources and getting the right things pop up. Magic card alerts using Exceldro's Move plugin. That's the other thing I need to do. I need to get Exceldro's Move plugin. That's the thing that moves it to the top. And hopefully I'll also be able to move it to the bottom. I need to watch Exceldro's tutorial on it. But that's what I want to do for Void 1680. And once I get that technology, I think I also want to do the same thing for our spooky game that I'll use tarot cards for. And I'll make them smaller and I'll have them go that way. Then all I have to do is kind of like plug and play. It's going to be it's going to be just me making the cards myself, right? And then I'll already have like on StreamerBot how to do all the things, or specifically over on OBS. I'll already have the scenes that exist, so it all works how I want it to. And it'll just be me moving it around to fit where I need it to go. But yeah, so that's my plan right now for this. The only thing I don't have an overlay mind idea for is drawing a map TTRPG. That's the only one I don't have one for because I haven't done one before. So I don't exactly know what that will entail. But that I believe is going to be more overlay dependent. But yeah, so once I have the tarot card down, I already have like this card shape essentially created, this template from making our cards for Wretched Wasteland. The same idea, we already have NPC card dimensions because of Case Close, a Cold Case Adventure. Or like the Polaroid sort of idea, but like that could be just an NPC card anyways. I have the overlay I have mostly what I want for the overlay. The only thing that I haven't done is made it different shapes, but our next two are going to do that. And the same thing with the Critters TTRPG, which is our long-term project. That's my long-term project, at least, where everything will just like culminate. I'm doing interesting things with our, like, you've heard me talk about the Critters TTRPG, where I'm going to do it like visual novel style. So like I'll have the little guys that'll move like I am right now in PNG tuber form. I'll have them talking on one side and then I'll be on the other side in real form or in PNG tuber form. I don't know. I haven't decided on the other side. And depending on who's talking will depend who's lighting up essentially. And all the closed captioning, what I'm saying right now is going to be in the middle of us in like that voice bubble sort of thing that visual novels have. And then in the background, there's going to be some static images, but for the most part, I want them to be these 8-bit scenes. Think like Pokemon almost, like Pokemon the original, where it is a very basic background, but like with little sprites that like are just moving in the set path. That's kind of what I want to be doing in the background. But that's all above my pay grade. I don't know how to do all of that, including making 8-bit sprites. So that's what's going to take it a while. It's figuring out the technology. First of all, I have to make all the talking people, all the talking NPCs. Which is like the turtle knight and stuff like, or tortoise knight. And that other list of, oh, well, I can show you guys. We have it. Is it this one? I don't think it's that one. Nope. Is it this one? Yeah, it's a list of guys I have here. And how we're set up now, I'll have our tortoise guy graying out when he's talking, and then in between us we'll have a text bubble with the closed captioning showing up there. And then I have to have a list. I have to have a bunch of drawn versions of all our guys for this to-do list. So like the rat and the turtleneck, the possum, the frog, the fire ant, the bee, the wizard, the mosquito, the worm, the tick, and much more. That'll all be over on that side. That I have to draw all those guys out, not only in the way we see our tortoise now, but also in 8-bit format. But again, once I have it figured out, honestly, the hardest part about this, making the designs for these guys are not difficult. I need you guys to understand that's not difficult. I don't find that to be a difficult activity, doing this. Doing the art for this. The part I find difficult is the technology behind it. That's the hard part. So once I have that down, I can then just plug and play. Like right now, if we were to do like a case closed-esque, like that story journaling-esque type of story, I know how to do that now. And I know what I didn't like about it before. So all in all, it's just going to be a matter of figuring it out. And once I have it figured out, then we're good to go. So, for example, in the list of games that Lysander has so kindly shown us, like I would be able to do Witcher Woodland pretty easily because that's very much like case close, a cold case TTRPG. That one good plug and play. Good Society RPG and Almanac, and also technically the Tangled Blessings. All of those are easy to do for me because those all look a lot more like a cold case TTRPG as opposed to something new I haven't done yet. The Exclusion Zone Botanist, like I said, it's a solo drawing game. I would have to play through it once to see like where all the things go and how much screen space essentially it will be necessary for it at all times. But once I get that done, it's done, right? So that's all that's really holding me back, is just figuring it all out. So I am not opposed to running more solo TTRPGs in a month than I do already. My biggest the biggest thing that is stopping me from making more stuff more often is just that I insist on doing everything myself because I don't trust anybody who says that their stuff is in the Creative Commons. Because I've seen one too many people get burned. And therefore I myself kind of refuse to get trapped in the same way. So it's easier for me to just make it, and you guys don't mind that it all looks a little ugly. It's charming, is what it is. And the other one is music. Music is the other thing that also is slows me down a little bit. For example, I had an idea. I finally got around, don't tell Trooper. I finally got around to watching Trooper's VOD about where he first showed off his new MIDI banjo. Don't tell him that I only just watched it, but it was a lot of fun. But watching him do that gave me an idea specifically for the Halloween eps or the runs. I'm trying to think, honestly, it wouldn't be too difficult for me to run. It would still be a tarot deck based for the Sanguine Path. But I wonder how fast I can actually do it. I'll think about it. Anyways, and you can look forward to seeing Minecraft and tarot deck, tarot card making in the near future. And possibly more than one solo TTRPG in the next month, because a lot of them look very interesting to me and I kind of want to play them all. And maybe some of them into November because I want to play more of them. I'm going to give you guys an estimate that we're probably going to do the Critters TTRPG maybe next February. I think that's a realistic timeline for me to get all of the stuff done while still doing other stuff. Because right now I have kind of like not done any solo TTRPGs because I've been focused on other solo TTRPGs and real life things. But there's so many out there that I want to play, and looking for a Halloween one or like a spooky one to do in the Halloween season has only made me want to play more of them. So that is something maybe to look forward to here in the near future. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll probably still do this. I'll probably still do 1680 by the end of the month. I think we're still on pace for that. But aside from that, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. A later stream than I would say usual, but some of you guys have only known me for these late streams, so it is what it is. Hopefully, I'm hoping next week they get back to like starting at like 6, 7 p.m.ish. I don't mind going late. I do mind starting late. I feel bad starting late because some people can only watch me earlier in the evening, and I haven't been able to do that for a little bit. So thank you, Lysander. I hope you also have a wonderful evening. And thank you, Lysander, so much for giving me all the recs. They're very good recs, and I very much look forward to checking them out. And also a lot of the games that a lot of people recommended earlier. Like I said, the art takes a while, but not as long as the conceptualizing. A lot of how I'm going to do a lot of the things. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow will probably be another Minecraft stream, though it could also be a TTR, a tarot deck making stream. We'll find out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to be nice to each other. Don't forget to be compassionate. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye. Oh, I have a button for this. Nope, that's BRB. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for stopping by, hanging out. I really appreciate it, especially like I said with these later streams. I definitely should not be staying up. Well, not staying up this late. That's irrelevant. The real issue is, again, I miss seeing my earlier evening friends. So tomorrow's Deadlock, right? Ooh, so sorry for lying to you guys. We're probably be doing Deadlock, though I'm not deadlocked in to doing that all evening. So there's a chance I will still do something else, and there's a chance I won't even stream Deadlock and I'll just stream something after the fact. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching.